Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a fabulous day. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I talked about this on a previous video, but I wanted to share how I go from a Neverfull into a mini. Usually when I end up carrying my Neverfull, I end up putting everything and the kitchen sink, so just to show you guys what I have in here. But I wanted to show you how I end up downsizing, because I know a lot of people are maybe thinking about getting a smaller bag and they want to see how much I end up carrying with me. And sometimes I can really end up maximizing the space, and it really depends on where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do when it comes to how much I end up putting in here. But I thought that I would share, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to point the camera downward so I won't be in the shot, so that way you guys can see exactly how it ends up fitting. So hopefully this video is helpful. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you want me to continue to do this type of video, how I go from a mini to a Neverfull, or how I go from this type of bag to that type of bag, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to share how I end up doing that. So let's get started, shall we? So here are the two bags, the Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM in the Demi Azur print, and as you can see I have all of the items inside, going into the Chanel mini rectangular flap in the black lambskin with the light gold hardware. Alright, so it is a huge difference between the two, but I'm usually pretty good about being able to downsize. So let me just share the items that I currently have inside of the Neverfull. Alright. I have quite a bit. Everything and the kitchen sink. Alright, so now it is completely empty. So we'll set this aside. Alright, so usually when I end up downsizing, I know that I need to carry my wallet with me. This guy is way too big, and for now I will end up going into the Saint Laurent card holder, which is the black pebbled leather with the silver hardware. I just want something different. So I will be going into that wallet. And I have the cosmetic pouch, or the O case from Chanel. Then I have my sunglasses, my gum that's randomly hanging out, my Louis Vuitton round coin purse. It's a little hard for me to get the hang of the angle, so my apologies. The Chanel 6-ring key holder, the Louis Vuitton mini pochette in the monogram canvas, and then the clay. So out of these items, I know for sure I have to carry my phone with me. I have to carry some kind of wallet, so there's those two items. The sunglasses, whenever I end up going into something smaller, this always, the sunglasses are either on top of my head or I end up putting them inside of my car. So this one can completely go. As far as the clay goes, I think that I might actually end up using this a little differently. So who knows? I'll try to put in the gum. The wallet, just for the sake of this video, and I don't want to share my personal information, I will be going from this into this, and I will just be using my my driver's license, a few credit cards, and I have some cash that I will put right up here. Other than that, that's how I'm going to be switching into it, and I also have my insurance information that fits at the very top. So I will end up cutting that part out, so that way you guys can just see the end result on how it ends up fitting. And my round coin purse, and we have to pick from those. I do need to carry my keys with me, and I also need to carry my key fob. So I don't really have to carry my floss. I don't have to carry my the clippers or my headache medicine, even though I'd like to. But I am going to be using, hopefully, the mini pochette. So those guys can go out. As far as the makeup that I usually end up carrying, I'm not really going to carry my powder, my compact, or anything like that. So this guy can completely go ahead and go. And I will end up carrying a lipstick or a lip gloss. Alright, so the wallet can go. Now I'm left with these guys. Okay, so I am going from the Chanel zipped wallet into the Saint Laurent. Now, I really ended up going for my bare essentials, which is just my driver's license, one credit card, and then I have my insurance information in both of these two, plus another insurance card at the very top. Sometimes I will put cash in here, but currently I'm not carrying any cash. So this is how I went into this very small card holder from this. Alright, so let me put that aside, and I am actually going to be going from my Chanel 6-ring key holder into my Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. The main reason for that is because even though I do love them both, I find that the Chanel one is just a tad bulkier when you go as far as the size. So because I really want to maximize how much I'm putting in here, this ends up taking a little bit more space than I would like. So I end up going for the Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. Okay, so these are the items that I'm going to try to fit inside of the mini. Like I said in the beginning, I might end up just completely not carrying the clay and just carrying the items inside of the clay inside of the mini pochette, but we'll see how that ends up working out. Okay, so first things first, here is the mini. It is completely empty, as you can see. I don't end up putting anything in the zip pocket either. Very, very seldomly will I end up putting a parking, like a parking little slip or anything, you know, that I need when we're out and about in the city. Sometimes I'll put it in there, but other than that, it's usually pretty empty. Okay, so first things first is my, my wallet. My phone I usually end up putting in that, I put that in last. Okay, so for my 6-ring key holder, I will end up putting that on the corner. So let me just show you guys how it ends up laying. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's a little bit tricky when it comes to this angle, so my apologies. There we go. And then it's moving forward, but this will definitely be on the back side. And I do get a lot of questions on the Saint Laurent card holder if the hardware ends up scratching the interior of any of my handbags, especially from Chanel. And I haven't had an issue at all whatsoever with these scratching up any part of my handbag, whether it's Chanel or not. So I'm very, very happy about that. Okay, so in the mini pochette, let's try this out. I'm going to take out my hair ties, my bobby pins, and I will end up putting these loosely in here. But I know for sure I need to carry my key fob. I need to carry a lipstick or a lip gloss. I'll put these guys loosely in here at the very bottom, and gum, because I always have to carry gum. So as you can see, there is the mini pochette and what I have in there. So let's close this guy up. And I've also not had any issues with the chain scratching up the interior of my leather-lined handbags. So I thought I would mention that as well. Okay, so let's see. There you go. You can see it a little bit better. So I have the 6-ring key holder, my wallet, and then the mini pochette with those items inside. If I carry my round coin purse, it just fits right in there, no problem. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then let's put my phone in the very front. Usually I end up putting my phone in the very front, just makes it a lot easier. It kind of, I feel that it really helps the structure for some reason or another versus it being on any other part of the bag, just because I feel that it's a lot easier to retrieve it if it's in the very front. So let's see if I'm able to close this guy up. And I am. No problems whatsoever. So I did end up having to take out the clay, but there you guys can see how it ends up fitting. And it does have the regular type of, it doesn't really have a whole lot of lumps and bumps that I can see, and I was able to close it without a problem. It is quite heavy, and I feel that because I have so many items inside, it's not to the point where it's so heavy that you just want to take it off your shoulder, but it just seems like it's a little bit more noticeable. So let's just say you want to take out the mini pochette. Let's take out the mini pochette all together, and let's say I was to put the clay instead, you know, and then I end up putting my phone in there. And sometimes that ends up fitting a little bit better. So you have a little bit more space. So on this side, I could actually end up putting the key fob and the gum. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? The key fob fits in there, no problem. The lipstick goes right in here. I have a little bit of space, and I'm not too crazy about not having the gum in there, but I guess I could put the gum inside of the clay and that would end up fitting as well. So let's try that out. Let's see how that ends up working out. And to be honest, if I was carrying my Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder or the clay without the chain, it would make it a lot easier, because this chain is great. I love it, but sometimes it's a little bit of a pain if you're trying to put other items inside or to be able to use it as a wallet. So there is the gum. I know some of you guys are probably thinking, who cares? Leave the gum alone. But you know my craziness. You know how I am. All right, so let's take out the phone. We'll put the clay right here. And if the clay was smaller, if I was using a canvas clay, it would make it a whole lot easier. So there is the phone right in there. So now you can see that I have the I have my 6-ring key holder from Louis Vuitton. It is at an angle. I feel that it's a lot better to put it at an angle just because I'm able to maximize more space. Then I have my my card holder, my lipstick, my round coin purse. I have my key fob, I have my phone, and I have the clay. So I have a lot more items inside if I was to completely get rid of the mini pochette. Personally, I end up always going for the mini pochette just because I feel that it does add a little bit of a level of protection inside of my leather lined bags because it is in a little pouch, so that way all the little sharp corners, if I was to have any, it might make it a little bit easier. So there you guys can see how I go from one into the other. So I don't know about you, but I feel that that's quite a bit. You know, and I have my gum, I have my round coin purse, I have the key fob for my car, my 6-ring key holder from Louis Vuitton, and my lipstick, or lip gloss if I was to carry that, and my wallet. So that to me is quite a bit, and that's just the bare essentials. That is exactly what I would end up carrying if I end up going into a smaller handbag, because I know that some of the other items, while they are great to carry inside of my bags, such as the O case from Chanel, I do like having sometimes that, that mirror, or sometimes I like having the powder. For me, if I really absolutely 100% want to maximize how much I'm carrying inside of these little bags, I end up going for just the bare essentials, as I mentioned. And almost always the sunglasses are first to go because I don't really, you know, it's not really imperative for me to carry them around. But that is how I go into, you know, from a Neverfull into a mini. And if I was to go inside into something like the Alma BB, I have even more space. Even though it is a small bag, I'm able to maximize just a tad more space because this one is only 8 inches in length, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot more confining as far as, I mean, it's not as, you don't have as much play, but again, it depends on how much you're fitting in here. So if I was carrying the regular clay, then it'd be a lot easier. But these for sure are the items that I will be carrying for the next little bit, and it makes me really, really happy. And you can even maximize your space even more if you were to carry your phone in your back pocket. So let's say you don't have to worry about this at all, then you have a little bit more space if you wanted to carry another card holder, let's say with loyalty cards, or if you wanted to carry you know, clay for something completely different, you can also do that because the canvas clays are a lot thinner. They're a lot slimmer than the Empreinte clays here. So I thought that I would share that as well. All right, so once again, that is how I go into, let's see if it's easy to go back into it now that I know what I want to carry. Yep, very easy. There we go. There is the mini with all of my essentials, and I am good to go. So I hope that this video was helpful. Again, if you guys have any suggestions about me showing to go from one bag into another, if you want to continue to see that, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to do that, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red button down below and hitting that bell so you're notified when I upload videos, which is anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. And I really hope that the angle was able to help out too. I might even end up doing that for future what's in my bag videos because I know sometimes you guys want to see exactly what I'm pulling out of the bag. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.